Hello developers, welcome back to our React tutorial series. In this video we are going to talk about lists and keys in React. Before continuing with this video, make sure you have a good understanding of JavaScript array helper methods. I have already created tutorials on these. You can find the link to the playlist in the video description. I also wanted to take a quick moment to thank all of you who have shown incredible support for my ebook JavaScript, a comprehensive guide from ES 2015 to ES 2023. Your response has been truly amazing. If you haven't gotten your copy yet, this ebook is your one-stop shop to learn everything JavaScript from ES 2015 to the latest ES 2023 features. It's packed with explanations, examples, and best practices to help you master the language. This ebook is designed for all levels, so whether you are a beginner or an experienced developer, you will find value in it. So why wait? Grab your copy today from the link in the video description, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more JavaScript content. Now let's dive in. Rendering list of data is very common need in web applications. If you are building dynamic and interactive web applications with React, understanding how to efficiently work with lists is crucial. Whether you are displaying a list of blog posts, user comments, or products, React provides a powerful mechanism to render and manage lists efficiently. So, how do we render a list in React? It is quite simple. We will start by mapping through an array of data and rendering components for each item. In the previous videos, we have already seen an example of rendering item list. Let's see, in the components directory, we have this item list.jsx. In this item list component, we have an array of list items stored in item list variable and rendering them inside this ULI tag. To do this, we have used the array helper method .map that accepts a callback function. This callback function takes item and returns JSX that has li tag displaying the item. If you are not familiar with array map method, you may find this code confusing. I have already created a tutorial on this, so I recommend to watch that video that explains this method first. You can find the link to the video in the description. In real life project, this JSX can have a complex markup code and can be messy and hard to understand. To keep it simple, it is good practice to create a separate component for this code. For in this example, we can create a component item.jsx. So let's create this. So in the components directory, here let's create a new file item.jsx. In this file, let's create a component function. So export default function item, and it is going to return this li tag. So let's copy this and paste it here. And here we do not need this key index, so let's remove it. And we're going to accept this item using props. So let's pass argument props in this function. Next, here we will say props.item like this. Here we have error, item is missing in props validation. In case if you do not know about props validation, I have already covered this in the previous videos. Make sure to check it out this also. For now, let's ignore this error. Next, in the item list component right here, let's import item component. And right here, instead of this li tag, here we will return item component tag. Next, we need to pass key prop. So here we will say key is index, and then it also need prop item. So let's pass it here. Item is equal to this item in the curly braces like this. Using component tag in the list rendering instead of huge markup code will make this code clean and easy to understand. Now let's see this in the browser. So first in the app.jsx, here let's uncomment this import item list component and comment these two imports. Next let's also comment these and this also, that we have covered in the previous videos. Next uncomment this item list component tag. Now let's take a look at the browser. Here we have item list component. Now in this input tag item1 and click this add item button. Here we have an item in the item list array. Similarly item2, item3, it is working fine. Now in the item list component, here you may have noticed this key index. It is very important. If I remove it from here, you can see the editor is also complaining about that. Missing key prop for element in iterator. This error is provided by ESLint. In case ESLint is not configured in your project, then you may not see this error. This key prop is important because, well, imagine you are updating a list dynamically, adding or removing items without keys. React might not keep track of items properly, and React might struggle to identify which component corresponds to which item, leading to performance issues. To fix this, we need to add a unique key to each element. React uses keys to identify each component uniquely within a list. This helps React optimize updates and re-render efficiently. We can fix this issue by adding key is equal to, let's add index. When choosing a key, make sure they are unique and stable. It can be unique string or number. Now here instead of index, let's add a non-unique value. Let's say any random number. Save this. Let's take a look at the browser, and now in the inspect tool console, let's add few items. Let's say item 1 and item 2. Immediately you can see we got an error. Encountered two children with the same key 456. Key should be unique so that components maintain their identity across updates. So here it is complaining that the key must have a unique value. In this example we are using index as a key, but it is generally recommended to avoid using array index as key. While using indexes as a key might seem like a quick solution, it can lead to subtle bugs and performance issues. Because the array indexes is not a stable identifier. If items are added, removed, or filtered from the list, the index of each item changes. This lack of stability can confuse React when it is trying to update and re-render components. If you are feeling confused, don't worry, let's see an example to understand this. Here let's add one more button, and on click this button we want to reverse sort this item list. So first here I'll say reverse sort, and it is going to call function reverse sort. Now let's create this function reverse sort, and here we will say const items is equal to item list dot reverse. This reverse method is a array helper method which is going to reverse sort the array items inside this item list variable. And next here we will call this set item list. So copy this and paste it here, and in the parentheses pass array. Using spread operators we are going to pass these items like this. First we reverse the items in this item list variable, and then using this set item list method we updated the value of this item list. Now let's take a look at the browser. Let's add item 1, item 2, and item 3. Now on reverse sort, it is working fine. We get the reverse list of these items 3, 2, 1 and click reverse sort again. It is reversed again 1, 2, 3. It is working fine. But now let's suppose in this item component right here, instead of simply rendering item, let's suppose it has a input field. So let's add input type text. Its value is in curly braces. We want two-way data binding, so we need to use state. So first let's import from React use state, and next in this function declare variable const in square bracket, let's say value, and set value is equal to use state, and its default value is props dot item. Now here in this value we can say value, this variable. Next on change, now on change let's call arrow function. It is going to accept event, and then we will call this set value. Here we will pass event dot target dot value. It's done. Now go back to browser, refresh, let's add item 1. Now here we have an input field with its value item 1. Now item 2 and item 3. Now this time if we try to reverse sort, you can see it did not work. That is because this array index is not a stable identifier. If items are added, removed or filtered from the list, the index of each item changes. If you see the React dev tool, this components and then this item list component, here we have state. In the dev tool you can see on reverse sort, the items are reversed successfully, but the keys are changed for each item. Initially the item 3 has a index 2, but after reverse sort its index value is 0. This is the reason we have unexpected behavior. So to fix this, let's change this item list with array of objects instead of a string. So on click this button in this add item function right here, this new item is a string. So instead of adding this string in this item list array, here we will add an object, and in this object it will have an ID. Here we need a unique ID. So to add a unique ID, let's add a date timestamp. So date dot now, it is going to add date timestamp. Next let's add another property text, and its value is this new item. Now right here let's remove this index, and here I will add item dot ID like this. Next in this item component right here we will say props dot items dot text. Now let's take a look at the browser, refresh, add new item, item 1, item 2 and item 3. Now reverse sort, you can see it is working perfectly. So in summary, keys are crucial for optimal rendering of list. They allow React to track list items properly and make efficient updates. That's all for today's video. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe button for more amazing React tutorials. And don't forget to comment down below with any questions or suggestion for future videos. Until next time, happy coding and stay reactive.